this club means a lot to a lot of people, and to me personally, what this club has done for me, both in my hockey career, in my professional career, and friends being made, what it's done to my family, or what it's done to assist my family, has been something which I can never repay. So a real brief rundown on what the club's done for me. I started playing Ryde when I think I was 11 or 12, obviously in the junior ranks. Fortunate enough to play state all through juniors. Every single year the club would assist me financially and my family in sending me off to all corners of Australia. Throughout all my junior career, people that are looking after you guys now were looking after me. The guy with the camera there used to drive me from Manly to Glasgow to North Sydney, just to play all the junior games along with his brother. People like Maury Dawson, who I'm sure you've all come across. An absolute stalwart to this club, and someone every time I put on a Ryde shirt, I think of Maury. What he's done for this club, what he's done for me personally, I'll be forever indebted. He's assisted me when I was fortunate enough to go over in Perth. I left New South Wales to play hockey in Perth and overseas for 10 years. And every single month, Maury would give me a call to see how I was going, see if I needed any help. So people like that is what I personally feel this club is all about. My brother, who, in my opinion, and I might be a little bit biased here, but some of us have had the fortunate pleasure of playing with Matt TC Cato, has 372 games for the club, first grade, over 20 seasons, represented the state. But his most important thing, what my brother did for, was to play hockey for first grade. Some of the people that we played alongside with, and one guy who, again, I always think of when I put on a Ryde shirt, is a guy by the name of Colin Manning. Some of you may know of him, some of you may not. Colin played 312 games first grade for Ryde. Still holds the record for the most goals scored for a first grade player in Ryde. He has, I think it's the under 15s Sydney Junior Hockey Association trophy named after himself, and unfortunately Colin passed away at the age of 39. At his funeral there were representatives from every club in Sydney, and Colin was black and white. He would do anything for this club. So that's just two people off the top of my head that I think of every time I put on a Ryde shirt. But you just got to understand that there's something about Ryde that is different to other clubs, and that is you might be able to come in, you might be able to come out, come play for a season, you go back home, whatever the case may be. But you've got to understand that there's people that are here, that have been here for 30 or 40 years, that have invested their life into this club. And when I mean their life, I literally mean their life. Andrew Ramsey, as I said before, Maury, the Goosies, they have invested their life to make sure that people like you and people like myself get every opportunity we can to perform at the level that you want to play at, and get every opportunity to bring this club success. And that's what it's all about to me. It's not about personal achievement. It's not about teams you may make or money you may make or whatever the case may be. For me personally, and it always has been, it's all about representing this club because of the people that have gone in before me, because they've busted their arse to make this club what it is. And to be 100% honest with you, it's long overdue for us to have some success in the Premier League. I never achieved it, and it's my biggest regret in life. I'll tell you right now, I would give away Australian Cups to win a premiership for Ryde, without a doubt. And you've got an opportunity here. You're coming up against a good team. Apparently, I'm sorry I haven't got to see you guys play much this year, but from all accounts, you're coming up against a good team this weekend. But it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. All you guys got to do is believe in yourselves, believe in your personal ability, believe in the team culture. Most importantly, believe in what this club stands for. And that is when you cross that white line, you do not give a fucking inch. You do not let anyone walk over you. You look at your opponent in the eye, the guy that you're going to be marking, the guy that you're going to be beating. You look at him in the eye and you say to his face, I'm going to fucking run all over you. And if you can do that, and at the end of the game, come in here, look in the mirror if there is one, and if you can say to yourself personally that you've done that, the club can ask for nothing more. But, in my opinion, you owe it to the club, and the club demands it, that you have that mentality when you go on the field. Because I know when I played first grade, and I was fortunate enough to coach first grade for a few years as well, I think TC was playing then, that's what we demanded. And we were fortunate enough to have a group of people where we were willing to do that for one another. Not because of the accolade, not because of the premierships, but because of what the club meant to us. So, that's what it means to me personally. I suppose a little bit disappointed that I only got to play, I think it's about 180 games or something, Ryde first grade. Because I would love to have been able to see what this club done in that 10-year period while I was away, but at the same time I wouldn't change anything that I did. But it does. The people that you're playing with, and this group of guys that are sitting next to you now, whether or not you know it, but in 5, 6, 7 years' time, whether it be in your professional career or relationships or in your sporting career, the people that you're sitting with and going to play hockey alongside with this weekend will curb your performance, will curb your mentality. And it all comes from wearing a Ryde shirt. You play for New South Wales, you can play for Australia, all that type of stuff is fantastic and it's something that you can be personally proud of. But when it comes to club hockey, you're doing it for your team. You're doing it for your teammate, and that's the big difference. And that's what I was taught when I was coming up through the ranks and started playing first grade.
It's awesome, mate. I mean, so much of what Lucas was talking about is exactly the same for me, probably exactly the same for Shane as well. You know, a few different names that have personally helped us. But I got my first job through someone in the club, job I probably wouldn't have got just coming out of university. You know, like some of my best mates, like Luke talked about being financially supported, same thing. I went away for 10 years, came back here and wanted to get, put back into this club because, as Luke said, that's what it means to us. I was just remembering when Luke was talking, I got my first game in first grade when I was 16 because Luke got knocked out, running hard for a ball. Thanks, mate. It's just...
Remember that?
It's down here, yeah. And I remember Cole Manning, getting up me as a 17-year-old for not trying hard enough at half time. I think that's the way you've got to be with each other. Not that it was personal, because that's what he demanded. That everybody put the effort in. And that's exactly the sort of culture that Luke's talking about. So I think for you guys, it's there. We just got to presence it this weekend. Fucking run over the top of them.
The opportunity's amazing, guys, because seriously, as I said, I know us three and every other first grade player I played with in the however long it's been, we've never won a premiership. Never. I think the last time Ryde won a premiership in Premier Division may have been in the 40s or something. It's been a long time between heroes. Yeah, live off that, guys, because you made a lot of people very, very proud that you might not even know. Actually, you probably don't even know. I don't even know 3/4 of it. But you made me extremely proud.
Thanks, Luke. Really appreciate you coming down.
All the best for the weekend, guys.
Thanks, Luke.